We've got Anthony Lionheart Smith back here on the program, who is coming off a highlight reel win over Rashad Evans this past weekend at UFC 225. Anthony, what's going on, man? How you doing? I imagine pretty damn good.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm just hanging out back here in Nebraska and doing my thing with my family.
That's great. It looks like you're getting some good weather too, which is always a bonus as well.
Yeah, it's nice here, man.
That's great. Well, what is this week sort of looking like for you now that you're coming off this big win? Do you get a lot of family time, or are you getting in some training? What's sort of the game plan for this week?
I'm just hanging out, spending time with the family. I've been gone for a while, so this is the longest stretch I've been home in about 7 weeks.
Oh wow!
So I did 6 weeks in Denver, and now then I did the weekend in Chicago. So now I'm just catching up on family time. So I really miss my kids and Michaela. So it's just good to be home.
Awesome, man. That's great to hear. Let's talk about the fight. It wasn't that long, but could that have gone any better? I mean, you go out there, get a highlight reel win over a former UFC champion.
No, I don't think I really don't think it could have gone any better. It kind of, there's always a couple surprises, but overall it kind of went just how I thought it was going to go. I figured Rashad was going to have to push the pace. He was going to have to get in my face and close the distance. And I mean, I don't care who you are. If you come inside a striking range, I'm going to figure something out. And big props to Rashad for just a great career. And I don't know if he's going to retire. I don't think that's anyone's decision but his own. But again, like I've said several times, I'm grateful for the opportunity. And like I told everyone, that I would do what I would do. I would do what I could with the opportunity. I've never asked for anything but an opportunity. I've never asked for handouts. I've never asked for anything from the UFC other than an opportunity, and I'll take it from there.
That's great. And you mentioned that you thought the fight was going to end via knockout. Did you expect it to end that quickly? I
didn't. I thought that Rashad was going to be a little faster. I thought that his entries would be a little bit quicker, and I would have a hard time kind of getting him off of me for a while. But I really surprised myself in those clinch situations with my strength and how my ability to control him there. And as soon as we clinched, I knew immediately that this wasn't going to last very long.
And how much do you think it helped that you had, a really like a full camp at Factory X? I know you've had, similar camps before, but this was like a really long one for you. And just getting to train with those high level guys, and, a guy like Chris Camozzi, who's, fighting this weekend for ACB. It's nice to have a training partner like that. It
is. It's great. Factory X has been so good to me, man. It's been one of the best decisions I've ever made in my career. But it's a sacrifice. I'm a long ways away from my family. Well, not a long ways. It's an hour flight, an 8-hour drive, but I'm able to be home every weekend. But it's I'm gone Monday through Friday, and I'm not one of those guys who do very well away from my family. It's not something I'm good at. And this time, it's been paying off. So it makes it a lot easier to leave the kids and Michaela when there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and there's a reward, at the end of the rainbow. So if it wasn't for Factory X, I don't think that we'd be having this conversation. I don't think I'd have the ability to do what I've been able to do without Mark Montoya and all my training partners at Factory X.
Is there ever any thought of actually moving down there, or would that be too tough to kind of uphaul your family over there?
We've talked about it. It's been something that's kind of been thrown around. Michaela's I'm trying to get her through school. I've worked pretty much my kids' entire lives so far, at least my oldest, to get them in this school district that we're in now, and just slowly worked my way from the bad neighborhoods into the burbs, Mm-hmm. So, I don't know if I could do that to their grandparents. That's kind of the big holdup. It's not really just me and Michaela anymore. We have 3 girls that really love their grandparents, and I just don't know if we could take them away from them. How long do I have left? Is it 5 years, 6 years, maybe? I don't know. So I don't know if I want to uproot the entire family for just for a few years of my career. I guess I can just keep doing the traveling.
No, you broke it down quite well. I agree with you there. How did you celebrate after the win? Obviously you were on the the earlier portion of the card. Did you get to watch the rest of the fights? Did you go out? What'd you get up to?
Yeah, I sat and watched. I think the CM Punk fight was the last fight that I watched there, and then I went back to the hotel and got cleaned up a little bit better, and then we just met up with some friends and family and watched the pay-per-view on TV. just it's a lot easier to just have everyone around in the same place instead of trying to bounce around the fights to all the different seats. So we just all kind of gathered in Chicago and just sat and just enjoyed each other's company.
Yeah, I saw that you were wearing the suit and everything, looking like a real professional athlete. Is that Jim Walter rubbing off on you, or have you always been that way?
Well, I've always liked to look nice, but it's definitely a lot of Jim rubbing off.
Yeah.
Josh Kircher is a Chicago native, so if you're in Chicago and you need a suit, that guy is amazing. Man, I felt like my suit was a glove. It just fit so perfectly. It's the first custom suit, completely custom to me, that I've ever had. So, I'm just trying to be a professional. I'm trying to look the part, and I think that that's important, especially, kind of where the sport's at today. We're moving to bigger and better platforms, and I think that, I need to conduct myself as a professional, and I think that that's one part that Jim's really, really helped me with.
What was the feedback like on social media after this win, just with the fact it was Rashad Evans, and it was one of the bigger highlights on the card?
Pretty close to what I thought it was going to be. It's not a whole lot of how good I am. It's about how Rashad's got to retire. A lot of that, and not too much hate. Everyone was pretty happy, or not happy, but pretty impressed with the win. But a lot of, it's time for Rashad to retire. Exactly
Right.
what I said was going to happen. But I just got to let that shit go. I can't force people to look at stuff the way that I think is the right way. Everyone's going to have their own opinions, but regardless, there's a lot of eyes on it. My social media, specifically my Instagram, is blown up. So that's a good thing. There's definitely a lot of people that watch. So I just take the good with the bad, I guess.
What about the UFC? Did you talk to anyone in the higher up in the company? Did they say anything to you?
Dana shook my hand, told me good fight. So
That's always good.
yeah, that was cool. And everyone just said, good job, and that was an incredible knockout. And to me, it's kind of like, well, duh, like I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I think everyone else kind of wondered how I was going to deal with, a former world champion, someone with as much pressure as Rashad puts on, in his wrestling ability.
Right. No, I agree with that. So after the fight, obviously you get on the mic, you call it Sam Alvey, one on the Lincoln card. You're from Nebraska. I mean, no brainer you're going to be on that card. Has there been any headway on that? Anything you can tell us as far? I know we're only a couple days removed, but has there been any sort of headway on that?
Yeah. Jim's been talking with the UFC. I think that they're trying to find an opponent right now. So I'm not 100% sure, but I think Sam Alvey may be in a contract negotiation right now.
Okay. I got you.
I'm not sure if that's his own personal contract or if he's in the middle of a fight negotiation.
Right.
So I think that may be a little bit of a holdup. So, we'll see. But, I don't care who it is. I just want it to be someone ranked.
Yeah.
And I know that there's a lot of guys that are kind of open at 205, that are in the rankings that don't have matches. And I honestly, I don't care who it is. I just want it to get somewhere. At this point in my career, I don't want to keep wait. If you take a fight with someone that's unranked and it doesn't really mean a whole lot, then I'm kind of just wasting 3 months of my life.
True. Yeah.
I just really, really want a ranked opponent. And again, I just don't care who it is, and I don't think Nebraska cares who it is either. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Al Quinta and Justin Gaethje, but nobody in Nebraska gives a shit about that fight. I'm going to sell that place out, and it's going to be because people want to see Anthony Smith fight. Drew Dober's from Nebraska. They want to see him fight. Nebraska's kind of a funny place. Like, we don't have professional sports here. So, we kind of feed our own. They're super supportive. I have a lot of fans here, and I really think that financially it makes sense for the UFC to put me on Lincoln.
Well, Anthony, again, congratulations on the win. What a performance that was. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media. And if you have any sponsors or shout outs that you want to plug, the floor is yours.
As always, my Twitter is at Lionheart Smith. My Instagram is Anthony Smith UFC. I want to give a huge shout out to Josh Kircher in Chicago for the suit. That guy's a monster in the apparel world. So he does a lot of athletes. He does a lot of weddings. He's just all over the map. So Icon Meals is still taking good care of me when it comes down to my nutrition and fueling me, and my kids love it. Michaela loves it. I love it. It's they take care of Stipe too, so it's definitely check them out. And I think that's it, man. Thanks to everyone that's supported me up to this point. I think we're about to take off. I really do. So just hold on tight.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my right. It's worth your time.